Hey everyone, I'm CJ.
And I'm Noah.
And this is the Long Box for June 19th, 2013. Alrighty, so before we get into reviews, I know some of you are probably expecting that I may or may not have brought Red Hood and the Outlaws onto the show because of certain things I said about the last issue on Comic Frontline, and unfortunately there wasn't room for it on the show this week, mainly because the new issue of Bloodshot came out, which I of course will be reviewing, along with I believe it is the last issue for Age of Ultron,
it's the
correct?
finale, book 10.
Yes. So
and guess who's making an appearance?
So aside from those two, I guess, what do you have to review?
Well, I've got two actually good books, so it's not going to be a burn and piss on the ashes like Thor was last week. Guardians of the Galaxy issue 3, and holy shit, is this series amazing. I'll be getting into that more later. Oh, we just dropped the F-bomb, not even 5 minutes, look at that.
Yay!
We've got like a minute.
New record!
God, I am so going to hell.
It's okay. We all are.
And Avenging Spider-Man issue 22. And yes, I actually did enjoy this issue. I think I'm actually
Is it because they brought back Peter Parker?
Not yet.
Okay.
Don't you fucking bring that up again.
Okay. Well, I thought that was why. Anyways,
No,
but getting back to Red Hood and the Outlaws, if you guys do want to hear what I think about that, head over to Comic Frontline or over to my own blog, which is called Rusted Reviews. You can find the links to both of those on the main channel page for TV Pop Culture. And I guess we should get into reviews. That written review, however, probably won't be up until, I want to say Saturday, but with how editing's been going because of life getting in the way, it might not be till Monday. So, anywho, do you want to start or should I?
I'll start, and we'll do it. We'll go simple and start out with Guardians of the Galaxy. As a side note, because of the last 2 weeks, CJ won't let me review Deadpool or Vampirella on the show anymore.
That's not true. You just you can't make me have to edit the show 3 times.
Well, so excuse me for laughing so much and being in depth. Maybe I should.
Anyways,
I should have my own damn show, CJ. I could be the next in the car.
if you can get it recorded and up on time without me having to edit, go for it.
Challenge accepted.
Okay then.
Next year. Yeah, lots of stuff to do.
Anyways,
Anyway,
continue.
so Guardians of the Galaxy has been recently launched since January. We're now on issue 3 for some odd reason. I don't know, maybe there was probably a delay in the books because of the crazy release schedule for Age of Ultron.
Okay.
But anyway, so this issue picks up where the last 2 left off. Star-Lord has now been captured by his father, Jay's son, King Jay's son.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to call him Jason because that's what it sounds like.
Sure.
He's the Red Power Ranger! Not really. But anyway, so he and his comrades, except for Groot, had been captured, including Tony Stark, who is sending a message to the Avengers to not let them take over Earth, the Spartax Empire, which is where Star-Lord is descended from, even though he's a white human.
I'm sorry, I know this isn't his name, but every time you say it, it sounds like I hear Star Wars,
I know.
and then Yoda pops into my head. Do not let them take over Earth. It's like, yeah, okay, new Yoda. But anyways, continue.
Okay, so getting back, Tony Stark is having his armor taken apart by these Spartax scientists, and he tries to bargain with them, paying them, setting them up with Spider-Woman. You know, he's Tony Stark, he can do that. Anyway, but they basically they ignore him and throw him into a stasis tube with all the other Guardians.
Oh.
And then we get the race that invaded Earth, previously in the 2nd issue, I believe, known as the Badoon, who basically look like the mainstream Marvel Universe of the Chitauri from the Ultimate comics and the Avengers movie.
Okay.
And he's basically telling them, you are a bunch of dumbasses, I'm superior to all of you, blah blah blah, I'm the king, And he gets pissed and tries to kill him, but it's just a hologram of the king talking to him and not the actual king. A whole bunch of political shit goes down. You know, the huge green tentacle head thingy he's called the Supreme Intelligence. Just go with it.
Okay, I'm not sure what Marvel's doing, but sure.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Anyway, so he tells the Supreme Intelligence, try to have the Badoon Brotherhood and Sisterhood work things out, or I don't know if that means like fucking or some shit. Maybe it's mating season, I don't know. Maybe that's why they made her, they were just pissed because they couldn't get dates.
This isn't the Ultimate Universe.
It's not that kind of, you know what, fuck it. Anyway, so some Spartax warriors have taken the Guardian's ship, they're loading up their weapons, you know, getting ready to send them to a trial planet or something, and then boom! Groot comes in and rips the freaking ship's wall open and starts going, I am Groot! I am Groot! I am Groot! Over, because that's all he can say, apparently, these days. Oh, and he also needs a giant fucking tree with arms, legs, and red eyes. So he wipes out all the... So he slaps around the Spartax soldiers a bit, opens up the capsules, they get out, grab their weapons, gun down a whole bunch of people, make it to the command center of the ship, and basically take it by force and kick all the soldiers out.
Okay.
And then Star-Lord decides to send a message to the Spartax king and his father, telling them that he's nothing more than a filthy, corrupt con man, and that if he's willing to arrest his own son for trying to protect the Earth, like people who can't protect themselves normally,
Right.
which they can because we have the Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four on Earth, so where were they? Oh yeah, they were arresting
Shmomas. Sorry.
that, and they were interrogating Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yep. We don't know why.
Anywho, so rating?
Rating? I'd say go out and buy this now, because it's fantastic. This is actually my first foray into Guardians of the Galaxy in full.
Okay.
I mean, I've studied them before a little. I unfortunately never read much of Volume 1 or Volume 2. Volume 1 because I wasn't alive when it came out, and Volume 2 because, yeah, it wasn't my thing. But, you know, this gets me excited. This mother... Sorry.
Nice, Jorb.
Thanks. This motherfucker right here better be good in the movie, okay? Alright. So go out and buy it now. Go out and buy it now, you must. Or whatever. Okay, moving on to your thing.
Okay, so first up for me is Bloodshot. This is issue 12, which is part of the ongoing multi-book continuity-driven storyline by Valiant, which is called Harbinger Wars.
I like the Contra tribute.
Yes, it is very very nostalgic for anyone who grew up in the 90s where there were still video game arcades,
Yeah.
like me. This is awesome. It's like, oh yeah, they love us. So, but anyways, so in the comic
play
book,
Contra in an arcade? Because I thought everybody played it on Nintendo.
there are certain games that you could play in arcade. Like there's the fighting simulator for X-Men,
Oh, yeah.
like the racing sim, all this other stuff. But anyways, on to the review. So, Bloodshot issue 12, we start off kind of confused because they do like this whole timey-wimey thing.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Exactly. And it shows us with Bloodshot and Dr. I'm going to screw up the pronunciation for his name, just wait. Kitcher? Kitcher, thank you.
Yeah.
Kitcher. And he's saying to him, you know, oh, I'm going to take care of these kids and don't worry about it. And like, this is me keeping my promise to you because apparently he made a promise to him like way the hell back before any of this started.
So how old is this guy?
He's like, oh, who, Bloodshot or the Doctor?
The Doctor.
He looks like he's in his 60s.
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, so they start talking, and then I don't know. I guess he wakes up or something, and he's still in the van somehow. So this obviously takes place in between Bloodshot issue 11 and Harbinger Wars issue 3. We're heading to this warehouse where there's like all these cattle and all this other, you know,
Yeah.
animal meat because he needs animal protein for his body to regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he walks into the warehouse. The kids, along with the not his servant lady, is in the van, and the military comes and tries to take the kids because. And then we find out that the doctor is actually leading this part of a defunct military or whatever, and
Yeah, okay.
and has these men who start cutting Bloodshot apart with, I kid you not, chainsaws.
Okay, so apparently...
So not only is the cover a flashback to the 90s, but what happens in the comic book is a flashback to the 90s, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in this case.
I think maybe they're just trying to reference Texas Chainsaw, which came out in the 70s, by the way.
Yeah, but anyways.
So apparently Leatherface is a comic book writer now? Wonder what Freddy Krueger's doing.
But
this is
anywho.
Freddy Krueger sex online.
Oh, God.
Tell me what you're wearing. Meanwhile, Jason Voorhees is doing birthday parties.
Oh, God. Anywho.
Michael Myers is mine.
Anyways, so this story isn't necessarily bad, but it's kind of there because we already know what happens.
So it's filler.
In Harbinger issue 3. I wouldn't say it's filler because it does actually contribute something to the story, but if you've already read Harbinger issue 3, you don't need to read this. It's pretty much telling you what happened in between issue 11 and issue 3.
I'd say buy it just for that cover.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I mean, like, the artwork on this cover is, I mean, I love this.
It's so
This
beautiful.
is getting either CG Seed or PGX. Either way, it's getting put in a slab.
You damn well better put it in the slab.
But anyways, I guess that concludes my review with a Netflix.
Okay. So now we're going to get into my last review of the show. We're going to save the best for last within people. But here is issue 22 of Avenging Spider-Man. I'm not going to screw it up again.
Before the stand falls over here. There we go.
Anyway, thank you. So actually, little tidbit, this is the last issue of Avenging Spider-Man that's going to be published before it becomes Superior Spider-Man Team-Up.
Okay, sure. Why the hell not?
Dan Slott, you're not the smartest. No, wait. I can't blame Dan Slott for this. Because he's not writing this series. Which explains why it's good.
Who is writing this?
I believe Christopher Yost is his name.
Okay.
Not David Yost.
I've seen the issue around, but I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan. It's one of those things where it's like, it's on my list of stuff to pick up.
So do you own any Spider-Man comics?
I think I own like a handful of like the good ones from the 90s.
Okay, so not the Clone Saga shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so like Maximum Carnage.
I stayed away from that.
We all should have stayed away from that.
Dan Slott should have stayed away from that. I mean, what? Anyways.
Joe Quesada never should have joined Marvel. I mean, what? Peter, Mary Jane forever. Okay, so Avenging Spider-Man 22 opens with Spider-Ock looking down over the city with his crazy Spider-Bot's facial recognition software or some shit. I don't know. He's being a dick. And he's basically saying that, all these car thefts, petty crimes, muggings, these aren't worth my attention. I'm Spider-Man. I need to do something big. What's this? Purple smoke. I better go check out that shit.
Dude, if you farted a certain way, webs would come shooting out of your ass. Come on, you're not that special.
Anyway. Well, we all know Otto Octavius has a huge fucking ego because he's overcompensating for something.
Anyways.
Maybe that explains why he hated Peter Parker so much. Anyway. So, Spider-Ock goes down to investigate and sees a whole bunch of dinosaurs running out of a building. And guess who's behind it? Why, it's other than Mysterio! Oh wait, I mean Mysterion, as he's calling himself. No, this is not the character from South Park. It's just Mysterio, apparently, with an N on his name.
Sure, okay. Go ahead.
So,
I'll pretend it makes sense.
So, Spider-Ock, being a member of the original Sinister Six, along with Mysterio, thinks he's a traitor and decides to kick his ass, starts calling him Beck, and asks him, Why are you doing this? You're not as great as villain as I was. Otto Octavius, you're pretty much giving your fucking self away, you asshole. At least you could pretend to be Peter Parker, which is what you should be doing. So anyway, he starts getting ready to, like, you know, cut his helmet open with those stupid fucking claws on his gloves now. And the weird ass webbed foot stocking things. I don't know, I hate the new costume, really. And then a bullet comes out of nowhere and pierces Mysterion's helmet, and who's behind the helmets? Why, it's Sheldon! No, it's just a regular black guy. I was hoping it would be Sheldon. I'm sorry, Sheldon.
Wow, that was just mean. That wasn't like, what the hell did Sheldon do to you?
No, I'm sorry, okay?
Okay, anyways.
I'm sorry, Sheldon, please forgive me. But anyways, so it turns out that he's just some guy who was hired to impersonate Mysterio because Mysterio was still off in that weird interdimensional void he ended up way back in Amazing Spider-Man issue something.
Yeah.
I can't remember that far back. CJ, I can't remember breakfast this morning.
Yeah, the same problem as most people in North America.
At least we're not American. They can't remember shit. But anyway, apologies to our US viewers. So, out of nowhere, it's Frank Castle, obviously because he's on the cover, and the Punisher is basically asking Spider-Man why the hell he's trying to kill Mysterio, and Spider-Man basically tells him to F off.
Nice.
Yeah,
I never liked the Punisher. I thought he was kind of a prick.
I liked him because he had cool guns.
So anyone who tells the Punisher to F off is okay in my books.
Spider-Man's been doing that for a while, though, even when he wasn't Spider-Rock. So anyway, he, like, has his little talk with the Punisher, flies away, follows, or webs away, swings away, whatever. Follows the fake Mysterio to a warehouse, and now Frank Castle is also pursuing Mysterio for some reason. Okay. And he decides to enter the abandoned warehouse, or I think it's a warehouse. Like, who shows up? Why, it's the mother Hobgoblin! And it's not an imposter Hobgoblin. Apparently he was the one who hired Mysterion.
So, rating?
So, I'd actually say, as much as I hate Spider-Rock still, with every bone in my being, I would say go out and buy it now, because this is actually a cool issue. We do get to see Mysterion, and the Hobgoblin, and the Punisher, and the story is actually pretty well written. There are some pretty humorous moments, so I'd say go out and buy it. It's only $2.99.
Okay, so anyways,
we saved the best for last.
Yes, issue 10 for Age of Ultron. Can you believe that the Angela edition is $40?
Really?
$40 plus tax.
Is that the cover price for it?
No, the cover price is $3.99.
Oh, but the Angela edition.
Yeah, is $40. Can you believe that?
Are we back in the 90s already?
Like, that was my response. I'm like, okay, I kind of understand why I had to go and make that episode about why the 90s will never come back. Ugh. But anyways, enough with that. So, Age of Ultron, Book 10. Okay, so, Book 10, this is where everything kind of wraps up, but not really. In Book 10, Ant-Man sends a message to himself in the future, or past, or something, and is all like, hey, you won't remember this, because I decided to drug myself somehow. But anyways, so I decided I'd send you this in the future by pretty much sending it around to all these other places so that the Postal Service wouldn't ask any questions. But anywho, so yeah, that alien thing that I made, that's a kind of sort of a robot, but also not really. Yeah, this is how you beat it. And it turns out that, okay, spoiler alert, if you don't want to be spoiled, turn back now. But anyways, so for any of those of you who are kind of curious about this, so basically what Ant-Man did is he put a sub-program into Ultron's programming when he remade Ultron.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyways,
I'm just gonna go with it.
wibbly wobbly timey wimey. Anyways, so when they try to upload a virus which isn't actually a virus, into Ultron, this triggers something in the subprogramming, which is a virus, and kills him?
I can't follow this anymore. You lost me at...
Yeah, I know. It was extremely confusing.
You lost me at Angela Edition is $40.
Yeah, exactly. However, Angela does show up at like the very end of the comic, and she's like floating around in space with this giant stone head.
It's not Spawn's head, is it?
It doesn't look like Spawn's head.
Okay.
It looks like a giant stone head. I don't know if it's someone specific to the Spawn comic books or someone to Marvel, and I just don't recognize him without the rest of his body. But anyway, so the stone head's floating around the background. She's like, "Where the F am I? Someone's gonna die for this."
Yeah.
And then the book just ends.
Fish on the line!
Yeah, and then the book just ends. It was kind of weird.
Wasn't Miles Morales in there too?
Yes, for like briefly, because they were like, "Well, what about other universes?" And then Miles Morales shows up. Oh, God damn it! What is his name?
Galactus.
Galactus. Thank you. Galactus shows up, like one of my all-time favorite villains, just because Silver Surfer is awesome, and he's just like, "What up, bitch?" And Miles Morales just looking at him like, "Mother of God!" And
I didn't sign up for this.
yeah, exactly. It's just like, what? So, with that being said, this one is definitely a go out and buy it now. I'm CJ.
I am Noah.
And this has been TV. Damn it. This has been the Long Box for June 19th, 2013. See you guys later.